Oh, fuck.
Oh, okay.
Hi guys, Novatron here.
Are we starting? Alright.
Yeah, we started like a long time ago. But anyway, we got back from Venom, so that's a thing. Today we're gonna be doing our review on it. Oh, well, anyway. Oh god. Anyway, Gavin's playing Fortnite in the background, so don't need to worry about it.
Dabberoonie!
But anyway, Venom was a decent movie.
Yeah, it was alright. I mean, like... Go ahead and explain your part.
They rushed it too much. Okay. They rushed the beginning. They were trying to get to the symbiote part too long. It was more of a dark humor thing.
Yeah.
Spoilers ahead, by the way.
Yeah, like... Oh! Shit. Alright.
But anyway, fuck. But anyway, what happened is one of my predictions actually happened in the game. I mean, not the game, in the movie. We actually got to see She-Venom.
I mean, yeah, that was actually pretty dope.
So they actually got to see She-Venom. They actually did an alternate voice with her as well.
I think it was the actor's voice.
But anyway, it was a pretty decent movie.
It was alright.
Venom is spoiler ahead. Venom is now a superhero, I presume.
I would guess. I mean, I'm not entirely sure.
But anyway, 5 out of, hang on real quick, guys. I'm gonna give my thing, and then I'm gonna let Gavin talk a few. But anyway, my stars on it were 9.5 out of 10.
Alright.
So you go ahead and talk to him for a bit. I'll be back, guys.
Alright. Well, I mean, I don't even gotta actually talk about this. I can talk about whatever the fuck I want right now. Traps are gay. Traps are real gay. I thought the movie was alright. I mean, there was a few things that I didn't like about it. Like he said, the first part of it was very rushed. Like, it wasn't rushed as in, oh crap, unfinished movie. We gotta just throw some things together. It was rushed as in
they were trying to get to the symbiote part, which was...
It was basically...
The only part that was getting them money.
Yeah, they needed to get the symbiote part as fast as possible, even though they could have dragged out Eddie's, like fall from grace. Like they could have dragged that out a little bit more. Would have been great if they let it kind of progressively go on instead of just be like, oh, Eddie lost his job and his girlfriend, now he's Venom, just all of a sudden, oh crap, I lost my job and my girlfriend. I'm sort of depressed. Oh, now I got an alien inside of me.
What? You got a brain tumor, Eddie.
Whoops.
We're gonna some parts that I liked about the movie. We're gonna talk about some parts that we liked about the movie. Then we're gonna talk about some parts that we didn't like. We're gonna start off with parts we did like. Because everyone likes good news. Like usually good news is always what else. What? But anyway, Alright, good news is dabbing. Bad news is that X dab. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
What?
We're going good news, so we gotta dab.
I'm confused. I'm confused.
Yeah, there we go. But anyway, so something that I liked about, we're gonna name 3 things. And I'll go first, you'll go first, I'll go again, and then so on. But the first thing I liked about the movie was my prediction with She-Venom. That was pretty cool. And I liked the voice of her. You know what? That's disgusting.
No, that kiss was weird.
It was weird.
Because when they
kissed, the symbiote went off of her.
No, not that part. The tongue. The tongue went all the way down his throat. Not just normal, kissing, tongue going down the throat. It went all the way down in there. It went deep. It looked like it was...
So anyway, She-Venom, basically, Venom,
there was a Venom dog.
Yeah.
So,
and we didn't get to see much of the other symbiotes because apparently they can die within hours without having a host to feed off of.
Yep. And they died.
So what happens with Venom? Venom does feed off of Eddie, but he re-heals him after feeding off of him.
He's like, oh yeah, let me take your heart. Okay, here's another one. Like,
well, like
it's like when your friend goes into your house and like, hey, I'm gonna eat your hot dog, and then he gives you another one. But
yeah,
none of my friends do that because they're all fucking dicks.
Jackass, dickweeds,
dickweeds.
But anyway, that was one of my favorite parts. You?
My favorite part was probably the main antagonist. He was probably
Riot.
He was not Riot.
Dr. Dre.
Yeah, Dr. Dre. He sounded so convincing, and like he was like truly a supervillain. Like it wasn't just like, oh, I'm evil.
The Earth is on the brink of collapse.
Like he had a reasoning behind it. Like if it was,
he was trying to fight the parasites because he thought it was like a cure.
Yeah, I mean, he would have battled the wrong way.
It
like,
was killing people.
Yeah. But I mean, it was killing people, but then at the same time, he thought it was going to be like, well, I mean...
I think I like this Venom story more than the Spider-Man 3 story.
I don't know.
Than the comic book story. The comic book story is very, very prestige, but this story was kind of... It was decent for what it was, with the symbiotes.
I mean, like, they could have done... I think the main villain was great. I wish they didn't kill him off.
Riot?
No, I'm talking about...
Dr. Dre.
Yeah. I really wish they didn't kill him.
Dr. Dre ended up becoming Riot, as we all know, because from the trailer, when you zoomed in on the Dr. Dre and Venom part where they split each other and it showed the host in like 2 different bodies, it's kind of like 2 people in different Iron Man suits. It showed Dr. Dre in the Riot symbiote, and then it showed Eddie Brock in Venom symbiote.
Yeah.
So,
that was all right.
Everyone knew Dr. Dre was going to become Riot.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad he did, because like, he looked freaking amazing as the villain. A guy, my god. Riot, like, especially when he turned into Riot. And, like,
Riot is a shapeshifter symbiote.
Yeah. Like, whenever, like, Riot was, like,
his...
going off of him, basically to show his, like, the doctor, like, wait, like, from his neck, like, when he showed his neck and then the rest of it was symbiote, like, my god, that was awesome. I actually liked that. I don't know why, but I really liked how it looked.
Second thing that I liked about the movie was Venom. Venom just in general. They turned him into, instead of being sadistic, he was sadistic, but he had humor behind his sadistic, and I think that's what made his stuff funny.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert, in one of the parts where they break through, as Eddie says in the movie, he said he doesn't do good with heights, and once they broke through, when he was signing a contract, said something about, like, being a shithead or something, and he went to jump. Venom talks in his head and says, jump out the window. And it zooms in, well, it flashes to Eddie walking out of an elevator, and all you hear is Venom just say pussy.
It was a good scene. Like, I do agree with you here, like, especially on your point. Venom in the movie was great, but it didn't feel
like he was
Venom.
supposed to be. It
like,
felt like
the
he was
entire
becoming a
movie,
superhero.
like, you look at the trailers, and instead of it being
he looked like a villain.
Instead of looking like it's going to be like a really dark movie, it really wasn't. Yeah. And that's the thing, like, they built Venom, and, like, I thought it was going to be Venom, like, fighting with Eddie the entire time, like, kind of what they're doing.
Take control.
Yeah, kind of what they're doing with, like, Hulk and Bruce, but, like, different. Like, basically, what they're doing with Bruce and Hulk, except Bruce trying to get Hulk out, but in this one, basically, Venom's just trying to take over.
Because that's what
Parasite
does. It tries to take over the body and then leaves to go to another house. Which is what Eddie quotes in the movie. He says, you could just kill me off and then you'll find someone else. And then, I quote, Venom says, I'm not going to kill you. I like you.
Yeah, I don't like that. Okay, Venom's supposed to use the person that he's in, and it looked like he was actually going to do that. Doing the trailers
it
looked like he was gonna get inside of Eddie's mind and really, like, make Eddie think that he was helping everyone when he was actually just helping.
There was one
Venom.
part where they separated from the sound because that's the symbiote's weaknesses. Sound, high frequency sound over 360 sound waves.
Yeah, 360 hertz, I think.
Over that and fire. Venom likes that. He just goes and fire. But, another thing that kind of confused me was when he dived into the water, he swam really fast, but I mean, yeah, of course you could probably swim very fast when you have muscles like that. But I figured symbiotes wouldn't like water.
I mean,
because in the comics they didn't like water; it would wash off.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and fire just burns them, and then high frequency sound just gets them off. But when he dived into the water, I was like, well, they changed that about him.
Basically, I think what part I didn't like about that was like the part whenever he like ripped off Riot ripped off Venom off Eddie,
and then
I didn't like that.
Eddie reached for him.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I liked the fact like when Eddie reached for him, that was cool. But whenever like Venom was ripped off of him, it wasn't that good. Like, it doesn't make sense. The alien's inside of you, and it's just taking over your body basically. So it shouldn't be able
like a suit of like.
Yeah, but it's sort of like a suit, but it's also inside of you.
It's an alien.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be able to do the thing to be able to be ripped off. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say.
One thing, okay, I'm still on my second, and I'm still gonna explain a few things before I continue to my second. Another thing that I liked about it, well,
Arkham Origins?
Nah, I don't know what that is.
What?
I don't know what it is. But anyway, another thing that I liked about it was, it was something to do with, I don't know what it was, Venom's love for, like, food. This is, like, my third one. It's Venom's love for certain foods. He, at the end of the credits, we do see Stan Lee, creator of Marvel. But they had, Venom eat people's heads, but then Eddie persuades him, if you're going to stay here with me, instead of Venom going out, he stays here, and he says, you will only hurt bad people, and he said, fine, and Venom said, but can you tell it's bad people? And then they got into a grocery fight, and Venom says, bad person? And Eddie says, yeah. And he's like, if you're lucky, and if I'm in a good mood, yes, you can eat people's heads off. But I think that's where Spider-Man's going to come into play. Because Spider-Man hurts bad people, but he doesn't kill them like Venom does. Eddie says, yes, you can hurt bad people. And if you're feeling lucky, you can eat their heads off. He's not just beating up people like a superhero would. He's killing them. I think that's when Spider-Man's going to come into play. He's going to say, you're doing the right thing, but you're killing them in the process.
I am not entirely sure they're going to bring in Spider-Man. Like, if they do...
But Gavin's not entirely... I think they need to give him to Marvel. Gavin's thinks that they might not.
I doubt it. There's a high chance that we're not going to see Venom in the Marvel movies.
But we are for sure getting a second movie, and I'm not for sure about the third movie. They said they were going to release 3 movies in the Venom series, but they've already announced the end credit scene. Go follow us on Snapchat. I posted an end credit scene.
Yeah, and then we got a lecture about how that could throw us in jail.
Throw us in jail.
But
you can, but if it...
What is happening, Black?
But anyway, spoiler alert again. There was a Carnage scene. Cletus Cassidy, the incoming Carnage.
Well, he didn't really become Carnage. It was
he quoted a thing.
Yeah.
He just said that when I get out of here, there will be carnage, stating that that actor is Cletus Cassidy because he announces that he is a serial killer. He's in a high-tech prison asylum, and he quotes Carnage. So he will become Carnage. But that means we are going to get a second movie. And as I was saying, it was Venom's love for food that I enjoyed, because Venom was like, can we go to eat something because your liver's starting to look really tasty right now? And Venom's like, and then Eddie's like, okay, what do you want? What are you craving? And then Venom was just like, tater tots and chocolate.
Yeah, the humor in the movie's probably my third thing, honestly.
It was Venom, Venom was... And it was seeing how Venom was trying to get, he was trying to also help with Eddie's relationship. Sorry about the interruption, but anyway, it was Venom was the quote of the Venom movie was, "The world needs less superheroes." I mean,
They just added one.
and he's an anti-hero. Basically, he's a superhero that does villainous things. He didn't hurt anybody. There was one part where She-Venom gave the symbiote back to Eddie, and Eddie turned into Venom, and Venom stared down her. Venom never really hurt her. Every time Venom saw her, never hurt her. I'm not sure it was just because Eddie said don't hurt her, and Venom realized, or it could be this fact, because at the end, Venom is talking in Eddie's mind saying, "We need to get her back, you belong to us," as in, she's trying to help Eddie get his ex-wife back, basically. Because Eddie decided to ruin that when he decided to do a Daily Bugle or something like that.
It's
Well, Eddie reported
picture CNN, but generic CNN.
when he ruined that all when he went to Dr. Dre and the Life Foundation. But so we're gonna have Gavin do his last thing that he liked, and then we're gonna go into the stuff that we didn't like about the movie. That much. So what was the thing that you liked about the movie?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and say the thing I liked the most about the movie, and that is the design of the symbiotes. And that's bad whenever you kind of consider it like that's just a minor thing, but I mean, they look like symbiote. Like whenever the Spider-Man, like whenever Venom looked like whenever he was part of the MCU or something. Well, not MCU, but in Marvel, and not with Sony. It was not like permanently with Sony, but like whenever Sony took a hold of him, basically took all the Spider-Man stuff off of him.
Because Spider-Man wasn't in the movie. He didn't go, because that's how Venom
And
got all of his
he looked
powers.
way better.
That's how Venom got all of his powers. It went from Spider-Man and then it went to Brock, but it never went to Spider-Man, so it just got on Brock.
Yeah, but I didn't like the idea of like it going to Spider-Man, but then keeping all the spider stuff, spider design things. That was stupid.
Instead, they replaced the white spider with a bunch of white veins. And we thought that was cool because Riot also had veins. He had these red molten lava things. It looked like he was like this big molten lava person, but it was basically just this big silver symbiote with these red and black veins. And Venom was just this black symbiote with white veins. And Venom, when he was fighting Riot, already told Eddie that basically Riot was one of the toughest symbiotes. He was like one of the leaders and all that. And of course, their weakness is also fire and high frequency sound, and was water, but we already know that's not a thing no more. So it's just fire and high frequency sound over 360. So instead of doing that, Venom blew up the rocket ship when Riot got inside, and it basically killed Dr. Dre and the symbiote in the process. And we thought killed Venom, because at the end it said goodbye, Eddie, and Eddie just lands in the water. But then he goes, and you hear Venom talking in Eddie's head again when he's talking to his ex-wife, which means it might have been something. But another thing that this is something that I was going to say that I liked about the movie was Venom was relative to Eddie. Eddie was the loser, and so was Venom. This is something that I predicted. They said on like Wikipedia and all that Venom was like the runt of the litter of the symbiotes, and I had got it right. He was, and he even quotes in the movie, "I'm like a loser like you. That's why I decided to stay with you." And Eddie says, "Well, what's that reason? Like, we'll cut the bullshit. Why are you staying?" And Venom says, "You're the reason why I'm staying. It's your personality and everything." But now we're gonna move on to stuff that we didn't really like about the movie, and I'm gonna start with. Since we're only going to do 2 things a piece. We could do more, but this video is getting very long, so we're just going to do 2 things a piece. So, number 1 for me is, I feel like, it sucks. No. I don't even know what you're saying.
Yeah, you don't, but I mean, like, really good lip readers will.
But anyway, the thing that I didn't like about the movie was, I'm going to fucking kill you. The thing I didn't like about the movie was Eddie actually died. Eddie died, and they actually... I'm gonna stab you. No. They actually killed off Eddie Brock. No one wants that. No one wants that. Sorry, we had to do something real quick, but we're at like the 20-minute mark. Jesus. We need to wrap this up here really quick.
Yeah, we should wrap it up.
But so I guess we'll just go to 2 still. But Gavin will probably just do 1.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and just do 1.
But I didn't like. They killed off Eddie Brock, and then
they brought him back.
then they brought him back because Venom healed him. So that's a new technique that Venom has done, because if Eddie dies or gets hurt, Venom gets hurt and dies. But basically, Venom has the power to heal. So basically, he healed. I'm not looking at your ass, Kevin. You're playing with the baseball. But anyway, they healed. Like, all the symbiotes now heal people. But some feed off of people, and if they don't have a host to feed off of, they die. So that's something I didn't really like, was they healed Eddie. They just killed off Eddie. I did like how he healed him, but that's gonna make him like overpowered, because they already said they wanted Tom Hardy to face the Avengers. So I guess they were just adding a few things for Venom to like have the powers to be OP against the Avengers.
Yeah, pretty much.
So they just gave him healing ability.
What about brushes? This, because like this thing is like actually really working.
That's mine.
Like what type of brush? Like what
I don't know what type of Walmart.
You just got it at Walmart?
Yes.
Like what brand? Oh, I didn't know this thing actually like works.
But anyway, you know what? I'll just do 1. All right, you do yours, because we're at like 22 minutes.
My thing is that the thing I didn't like about the movie is, well, like, just to be like the entire, like, this is everything of. It's the fact that like none of it's going to be in the Marvel movies. None of it's going to be in. They basically just like, oh, giving this like adding a new character to the Marvel movies without actually giving us a guarantee that it's going to be in the Marvel movies, basically. So it's basically like saying, well, here's. What? Okay, so like you have your PlayStation, right? You only got like Minecraft on it. Well, you get like, Minecraft, you got like Black Ops, you got a bunch of different games on it, and then you see like, oh well, here's just any game that you like, a game that you want, any game that you want that you don't have for the PS4 is here, but you won't get to play it. It'll just be here. It won't be. You won't ever get to play it, but you'll have it. It just doesn't
like he'll be there. He just won't be in Marvel.
Yeah. That's like saying, oh,
so he won't be in
like,
any
like,
contact with like
basically this game right now.
Iron Man.
So
anything.
You got a PS4 and you want to play Halo? Well, too
bad.
bad.
You have to get a whole another system.
Why do
So basically, if Marvel tried to get Tom Hardy to play Venom for them, they'll just do what they did with Andrew Garfield. They'll just say, no, you have a contract with Sony, you can't do that. And then basically they'll just let Andrew go. But anyway, that's been our Venom review.
My rating is 3 out of 5. It wasn't that good.
It was pretty decent for what it was.
It was alright. It was alright.
Another thing I didn't expect was, because I listened to the soundtrack on Spotify, and none of the songs from that soundtrack were in the movie besides Eminem's Venom. Like,
Doesn't matter, it's just in the soundtrack.
It was pretty good. But anyway, go see Venom for yourself.
Don't.
You want to say anything, Gavin?
Go watch Aquaman.